like how mean square error is used to decide evaluate our model, like to select what kind of model to be selected. Similarly, there is one more metric which is called R square value. So which is also important for regression kind of problem. Okay. So let me touch upon like what R square is. Okay. So let's talk about R square. Okay. So if you take a graph like of linear regression, what we have plotted earlier as well. So let's say you have few points here, and this is a line which it is taking, like which has been predicted, like from the model, like this is the line, a relation which it has been predicted between x and y. So what we will take is like this, for this value, for this particular x1, and this is actual y1 but predicted as this y, right? This is a predicted y1, if you can see. Okay, let's write in another. This is actual x, this is x1 which is predicted, this is y1 which these are actual x1 y1 but predicted is yp1. Let us say y actual 1 or y predicted 1 or something. So similarly for other cases as well. So why do we need this is like actually, so we what we did earlier is like we calculated a kind of error between those two and squared it, right? So initially we call residue as this difference, just the difference between those two, we call it as a residue. Okay, so which was y, is it actual minus predicted or a predicted minus actual? I'm not very sure. I think it should be actual minus predicted. Y actual minus y predicted is what we call as residual. Usually how it is represented is actual will be represented as y, and like predicted will be represented as y hat. Some kind of representation like this will be followed. I'm not very sure if it is reverse, like it can be reverse as well, but we can fix with one of them. Okay, so these are residues. So like there is also something like residual plot which we will be plotting in some cases, where we will only be plotting this residue to x. For each x, how much is a residue? This much. Next x, how much is a residue? Next x, how much is a residue? Like this. So with this as well, we can see like if it is doing better performance or not. Like ideal case, like when our model is very good, we'll be getting this residue as 0, right? So okay, take this apart. Like apart from this, like what will be our r square? Like we are talking about r square, right? What will be our r square is, so like if you see this our error, if you can take the mean square error, it is similar to this, right? Like what we'll be doing is sum of squares of this, right? So let's do the same. So sum of squares of this residue means like we'll add this kind of residue for each of your values here, and then we will square it. Okay, and sum it. Okay, so sum of square, first we'll square and then we'll sum actual minus predict, square, and then we'll sum. It is similar to what mean square error what we have seen, right? But just that we are not taking mean divided by mean something, but other than that it is similar. But why do we need this is there is one more term like this which is called just hold on a minute, I have to yeah. So what we should be doing is there is like let's say you have all this mean, right? Like you have y value here. Wow, okay, I have to do on this. Mm. You have y value here, y value here, y value in many places, right? So next part is if you take mean of all y values, so which will be let's take that value as y bar or mean of y or something, anything like okay. So which will be like you have some value here, you have some value, you have some value here, here, right? So take a mean of all these values, you'll be getting some value. It's like in case if you are having something like this. So let's say xy is 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 10, 20, 30, 40. Your mean will be like average of these four, right? So which will be what it is 30, 30, 30, 60, and 25 will be the mean. Okay. So means what you'll be getting is y is something like some y is 25, y equal to 25 line will be something like this. Okay. So we are actually plotting that y mean is this. Then what we'll do is like sum of squares is sorry r square is actually like is a difference between like which is a ratio between this sum of squares, let's call it SSR, sum of squares of residue divided by this like each of like y will be taking a difference between this mean. Okay, like which will be, so we call it the total sum of squares of difference. We can again extend it to mean. Okay, so which we can call it like y, every y actual minus y mean or like y dash what we say square and sum of those two. So if you take those two, so that will be our like TSS. Like if you do a division between those two, some call them as like SSC or something. So this is one way. Like if you do the ratio between these two, if you compute ratio between these two, you'll be getting R square error. So what actually this signify is like let's try to picturize that. Okay. So you have a line and you have a residues. Okay. So this is what initial thing is like up top portion is actually representing this. So and bottom portion is a kind of mean, something like this. Y equal to 25 in this case is a mean here. So it's actually calculating how is it different from our mean. Okay. So mean is something like, oh, let's say you have some values here, right? So just a kind of naive method, you can take some value which is average to them. So then you'll be getting for every value, just like for every x, if you just give like y as 25, your average, your error will be anyway not very less, but it will be medium, or like it will be not comparatively giving y as 0. It will be slightly less, okay, compared to that way. So like we are seeing how it is like how it is deviating from average, like how much it is greater than this average mean. Okay. So usually R square error, if it is nearer to 1, if it will be usually in the range 0 to 1, I guess. So if it is in the, oh sorry, so usually in the a value 0 to 1, but in case if you have this mean square error, right? Okay, in case if you are having value nearer to 1, that is better model. Okay, we can take some value which is nearer to 1 as like best model. Okay, So this is a case, but even in this case as well, in case what is our idea? This is again dependent on the difference between sum of residues, right? So in case like we have seen in last class, while doing mean square error to reduce this mean square error, what we have done, we have added like more complexity, right? So with that, it was able to reduce a training error, right? Similarly, here, in case if you add like more variables, like in case if we add more variables, R square will slightly increase, at least like slightly, R square value will increase. Okay. So, and like error, because error will decrease, right? So, error decreases. So, R square value will increase. Okay. So, with this, now what will happen? So, for okay, taking this case into scenario, what we can do is uh, okay. Sorry, one small mistake. Actually, it should be 1 minus, because how if your R error is decreasing, how R square will increase if you have R over there. So actually, what a small mistake here is, it is 1 minus SSR minus TSS. Okay, so then actually this is valid now. So if your error is decreasing, so let's say this error is decreasing, this SSR will decrease. So if this is decreasing, then what will happen? 1 minus that one will increase. Okay, so that is how like R square will increase. But in case if R square is increased, right? So then you'll be getting that as a better model. Then there should be some way to identify it. Like this is not then actual a metric, good metric to use. Okay, but if it is just a error related thing, like we already have one such metric. Oh, okay, it again went. Somehow I have to get it locked so that it doesn't go somewhere far. Okay, so if you see that, so if it is just like increasing, just if you add like few more variables, if it is increasing, then there is no much difference between using just mean square error and R square, right? So there should be some way. So what that is, like you penalize this error, like when you add more variables, not just add, like depending on number of variables, you penalize. So implies, so for this, like solution would be penalize R square value if depending on number of variables. Okay, so this will be the intention like afterwards. So what actually it is okay, so for this case, like after penalization, like we call it as adjusted R square, because we adjust R square value to depend on our like number of variables as well. So that will be a slightly different formula, which should be increasing when you have, let's say, number of variables is. So usually in in practical scenario, like you don't have to compute all this by yourself. In scikit-learn, it is already implemented. You just like if you call that function, all these values will come up. Okay, so don't worry, like just that I'm talking about background here. So let's say number of variables is n, then your adjusted R square will be, so let's say previous one is R. If you take R, and your adjusted R square will be 1 minus. So this 1 minus is because like you want it to be decreasing while your error is increasing, right? So there is a big formula here. So n minus k minus 1, where your So just a moment. Where n is number of data points, k is number of independent variables, and r is previous r model. Okay, r square error. Okay, so this is a formula, like you don't have to remember at all. Like even I don't remember, I'm copying from here. So like only thing what you can see from here is, in case if you are, let me do, so in case if your value here, see, like if your r square, if it is increase, like if you are, what you are talking about, like if you have like more independent variables, okay, like it, like it's in denominator, right? What will happen if you have more like this value? What will happen? Whole value will, if this is increasing, whole value will decrease, right? So whole value will decrease. One minus of that value will increase. Okay, so that is the intention behind it. So what it does is, if your k value is increasing, so 1 minus r square into 1 minus n by n minus k minus 1 will actually decrease, because it's in denominator. Sorry, it's in minus, right? So it's not that way. So let me do one more. Okay, so just a moment. So if you are adding here, it is uh, okay, so here what will happen is, in this case, like in case if you add like one more variable previously, let's say you have y equal to theta naught plus theta 1 x. Okay, if your value is adding addition, if you a new variable is adding additional value, then what happens? Your r square will anyway increase, like it will reduce error, and like it will increase, right? So like if but in case of, if you are adding like additional variables here, right, your number of values will change, k will change. So by changing k value, if it is k is increasing, so what will happen is your adjusted r square will actually decrease. Okay, but usual case, like if your r square is, if it is like very much needed variable, right? In case if your x square or some, maybe some x cube or x cube, some other variable, so is needed variable. So what will happen is, like with that, r square will increase significantly. So with that increase, like maybe a small decrease, because of our k, like because of adding k, if our this one is like slightly decreasing, still doesn't matter, because like your r square will get increased like significantly, that will compensate. So your existed r square, if you are adding right number of right variables, then it will increase. I'll give you a small example on this. So we are trying to predict house rent, right? Let's take the same example. Let's, we are taking area, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, right? Till now, we have taken these two, and we are predicting the price. So there is one more thing, like if you add a new variable, from this you got some r square as some value, and now I'm adding like one more variable, locality. So do you think locality will actually depend on price? Yes, right. Like in our case, anyway, in this thing, like you should be finding out with the data. But in real, like, but as we know, this is a generic example. I am going to tell it like this. So by adding a new value, locality, it actually helps you in like minimizing the error, because like this is also a factor which will drive the price. Okay, so previously, without using locality, let's say r square is 0.8, and adjusted r square will be slightly less comparatively. So let's say 7.5. Okay. Now, what will happen is, by adding this locality, what will happen is r square. This is really important value, right? So r square will increase significantly. Let's say it went to 0.95. Okay, so but adjusted R square, because you have added a new variable, it should slightly decrease. That is true. But apart from that, this R square has risen, right? So that has driven this value to more, and then it will still increase to 0.92 or something like this. Okay, but now what I'll do is I will add some irrelevant feature, something like uh, what can be some irrelevant feature. Okay, road length will also matter. Uh, so something, some irrelevant matter like age of persons living in it. Okay, average age of average age of builder. Okay, no, like which is, let's think that it is irrelevant feature, not the construction like okay, not the reputation of construction. It's just that age of builder who has built. Okay, I am adding this new thing here. So by adding this new thing, it has like with it has actually no impact with price, but just you keep on overfitting, this may slightly increase to 0.55. It won't increase even zero point 0.1, maybe some 0.55 it has increased. Your error has decreased slightly more. Okay, but your adjusted R square, because your R square is not much change, but you have added a new variable, what will happen is this will significantly decrease to some value. Okay, so because of this, we can say that like what variable we have newly added doesn't make sense to add it, like we can remove it. Okay, something like that. So let's say we have one model which was created with this, now second model with this, and third model with this. So which one would you take is like the one which is having better adjusted R square value. Okay, so like mostly we won't be considering R square at all, mostly we'll be looking at adjusted R square value. Okay, so these things will be readily implemented, don't have to worry, we just have to check these metrics and finally get a conclusion which model to be chosen. Okay, this is about R square and adjusted R square.